Now at 6, President Joe Biden facing a growing chorus of calls from Democrats, lawmakers, and the biggest names in the industry of entertainment to end his re-election bid. The president is feeling the pressure from people who say they admire him, but now have serious concerns he will lose the election to former President Donald Trump.
He has so far rejected calls to end his campaign and urged Democrats to unite behind him. Corrine Winter joins us live from the KTLA News Center with today's stunning developments. Corrine.
Micah and Cher, weeks ago, actor George Clooney helped to headline a huge fundraiser for President Biden that reeled in record-breaking numbers for his re-election campaign. Well, now Clooney says it's time for the president to leave the race. The lifelong Democrat writing in a New York Times opinion piece, the president he saw at this star-studded LA event is not fit to serve. Just months after hosting a $28 million fundraiser for his friend, actor George Clooney has pulled his support for the president's re-election bid. In a New York Times guest essay, Clooney writes, "It's devastating to say it, but the Joe Biden I was with 3 weeks ago at the fundraiser was not the Joe Big Bleep and Deal Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate. The one battle he cannot win is a fight against time. None of us can."
I don't think this entire race is as goes George Clooney, so goes the nation, but he is important in the sense that he is expressing the sentiment that a lot of other people hold. He also is a big donor, and he's somebody who people talk about.
The entertainment industry has long been a source of support for the president, from Lady Gaga and Lizzo to Billie Eilish and Ben Affleck. But that support has come to a screeching halt following the president's recent disastrous debate with Donald Trump.
Well, I don't think those critics know what they're talking about. They're just wrong. It's wrong.
His interview days ago with ABC's George Stephanopoulos also did little damage control, with critics saying the president appeared weakened and confused in his responses, with yet another poor cognitive performance. And Clooney isn't the only one worried.
I don't worry necessarily today or tomorrow, but a year down the line, I worry. I am concerned.
Yeah. Clooney's comments set off more sparks on the talk show circuit. Actor Michael Douglas telling The View hosts he's a big Biden fan, even recently hosting a fundraiser at his home in April. But that Clooney is correct. The commander-in-chief may be unfit to run again.
Well, I think it's a valid point. I mean, I'm deeply concerned.
President Biden has doubled down. He's not going anywhere and is in this race to win it. But with the mounting outcry to step aside from politicians within his own party and now from more powerful political donors in Hollywood, could the president soon cave from the intense pressure?
I don't think this level of pressure will force President Biden to bow out, because he hasn't thus far. And he said, I'm staying in. And frankly, the longer he's able to say, I'm not bowing out, the better it is for him, in that the closer we get to the convention and the election, the harder it is to find somebody to replace him.
Well, one of the president's biggest supporters, Governor Gavin Newsom, remains in his corner. Newsom campaigned for Mr. Biden last week. He returned to California over the weekend, and that's when he made these comments during a news conference on the state's wildfire response, on why he says it is critical that California helps to keep the president in the White House.
Everything about this campaign will impact this state disproportionately. We were involved in 122 lawsuits with the Trump administration. Don't you guys remember that? The chaos, the fear, the anxiety, daylight and darkness. This is a profound and consequential moment. This is all in moment for all of us. This is serious for this state. No state has more to lose in this context.
And Newsom hadn't seen Clooney's New York Times op-ed when he spoke to the media, when he just made those comments there. He also made it clear that he has no plans to run against Vice President Kamala Harris in a presidential race. That's the very latest here in the News Center. I'm Corrine Winter. Mike and Cher will send it back to you.
Corrine, thank you.